So I thought you might be interested in what I bought for our May produce and grocery haul this month. So this is some of the produce items here. They're all laying out being dried. So just do another little scroll here. Some of the things I've put away already. But anyways, I had went grocery shopping last night really quickly, and it was the first time I had been grocery shopping since Easter. So I went the day after Easter, and then I went again the day after Mother's Day. Actually, that's not true. I'm watching it the day after Mother's Day, but I actually ran to the store last night at 9 o'clock and went grocery shopping on Mother's Day, and the store was completely empty, so it was a really good idea. But today we were taking pictures for the next book cover, so it was kind of fun. So we had a photographer here for the first time this morning taking pictures. I've washed all the produce and it's sitting out. And then we probably won't go grocery shopping again until after Memorial Day or the 1st of June, in there somewhere in the next 3 weeks. So this is all the produce that my husband and I will be eating for the next 3 weeks. And then some of the items we purposely don't eat so we can show you on pictures that what they look like weeks later. I bought new strawberries for pictures today, but these are the ones that are 3 weeks old in the jar. So these are from Easter weekend. These are the ones I bought today because we needed them for pictures for the book today. And I wanted the big jar filled. But these are 3 weeks old. It's just this funny thing right now with the Cross Legacy where we're needing produce for pictures. Normally I would eat these all before I would go buy new ones. So it's just the life of trying to show pictures for Instagram and those kind of things. But there was a little bit of condensation in here. They have been drying this afternoon. Can you see in here where there's a little bit of condensation? So I'm just going to leave this lid off and set them back in the fridge when I get done. So I just wanted to show you it's okay to leave the lid off for a little bit. I know that I washed and dried and stored them properly. So these are blackberries that I've been eating all afternoon, so there's not going to be so many in the jar because they are wonderful. But I just did eat up the rest of the blackberries that were from 3 weeks ago, so you can totally store them for 3 weeks. These are the brand new ones, and there's only a few left here because I honestly have been picking at them all afternoon. So, which is okay to do. This cantaloupe is also from that April shopping trip. I think it was April 18th. So April shopping trip, we were eating this today as a snack while we were doing the pictures. So this is the old cantaloupe, and then I bought new honeydew. So I sliced that and put it in glass. So this is new honeydew, and then this watermelon is from last time. Actually, didn't even need to go to the grocery store, even though it had been 3 weeks. But we had a photographer here, so I needed produce for the pictures. But this is watermelon that's 3 weeks old, cantaloupe that's 3 weeks old, and then the honeydew was brand new. So we have mushrooms. So these are new. I'm putting in the fridge. These are not washed. They're totally dry. They're in a jar. I still believe the best way to keep them is in a brown paper bag, but they look so pretty in a jar. But they will stay 2 to 3 weeks just like this and in the refrigerator. I do have some there are normally dehydrated in my pantry, but they're dehydrated. We were joking about this. I do not like when I have less than 5 onions in the house. So when I was making all that ketchup and stuff last week, I was using, and barbecue sauce, I was using so many onions. So I filled up my basket. It was like 2 full bags full of just onions. And my daughter was with me and she was teasing me because I look at every single one as I pick them up. I want to make sure that they're not cracked and they're not wet and all. And I don't like when there's dirt underneath the skin, even though I know it's just dirt. It looks moldy to me and I don't like that at all. So anyways, I like to have at least 5 onions in the house. I feel way better when I have this many, but as long as you don't store them next to your potatoes, they will last for months. So I know I have plenty of onions in the house now. If for some reason they want to start sprouting, then I will slice them up and put them in the freezer. But last week when I was doing all the extra canning kind of stuff, I was using up all the onions I had in the freezer also. So it was time to stock up. So I got 2 big bags of onions. Well, I put them in bags. I like to be able to pick out each one individually and not buy a bag that's already done. So anyways, what else do we got here? Can you show the picture again? So, I have romaine back here, but I am going to grab a container out of the fridge and show you. Let me grab that real quick. This is, see, there's a little bit of condensation on that too. That's okay. I just take the top off when there's liquid on there and then just dry it off with the towel. So it's all good. So This lettuce is from a month ago. I took it to a class I taught the other night. So I was purposely not eating it so we could take it to their class. But listen, it's still totally crispy and crunchy and all the things. And I did buy another head of romaine, so we'll use this up really quick. But this one is 3 weeks old, and then this is the brand new romaine over there. I did get some basil, which I do keep basil on the windowsill. It's kind of looking a little limp. But I washed this, and then I'm going to trim the ends, and then I put it in filtered water in a jar. So I'm going to set it in a jar just like this with filtered water in it, and then put this in my fridge. And this will last at least another 10 days or so, and it'll keep sucking up the water to keep it a healthy plant like you would flowers. But they look like this when I got them out of the package. But I did wash them to kill off any of the mold spores, and they're still great to use for recipes for the next week or so. And if I don't use them all by then, I can always chop these up and put them in the freezer too. And I always have a live basil plant on the windowsill. So it's kind of getting tall. It's been here for a couple months, since before Christmas. I'm gonna reach. I got another pineapple. So when I bring these home, I always wash them. I dunk them in a big pot upside down first, and it kills all the fruit flies that are living in here. So after you do that, I normally soak this for 5 minutes upside down, totally submerged in the water, and that'll help kill anything that's in there. And when you take that out of the water, you will realize why you don't want that sitting on your counter and how many fruit flies this brings into your house. So after I do this top part, then I flip it over and I do it the other side. So I'm probably not going to cut this for like a week or so until I eat some of the smelling up, and then I will cut this and also store it in glass in the refrigerator. And then we have some bok choy. It's kind of looking a little limpy right now, which is okay. Sometimes you can trim the ends and also put this in water like this, and it will perk back up if you need it to. Or I will put it in a flat Pyrex container like this with a piece of paper towel on the bottom and a lid, and it will be great for a couple weeks. I have 2 little zucchinis here that I washed to kill off any of the mold spores, and then those will just go right in my crisper drawer. And then I got some peppers. Got quite a few of them. You can see my little pile over here. So the peppers I wash. If you wash them and kill off the mold spores, then they will last weeks. And I have this little glass basket. I think I did put the corn in them. Normally this little basket sits up on my shelf in the refrigerator with my peppers in it. As I start to cut them, I will cut them and put them in a mason jar, and they will last another week after they're cut. So you don't need a paper towel in them after they're cut. And then I got some mangoes. I have a huge one here that's like as big as my head, and some smaller ones. So, and some more lemons and avocado. I still have 1 avocado in the fridge from last time because they last for a month. And then I have some cherry tomatoes that I do store in a mason jar in the fridge, the smaller size, and these will last for a month in the fridge. And then the larger garden sized tomatoes I keep on the counter. So, and then I got some different plums. I can't reach over here. So there's carrots. There's carrots and radishes and cucumbers and celery. I'm just going to show over there. There's other random things that I got. There's some bananas behind me, corn on the cob. So this is the only grocery shopping trip I'm going to do between now and Memorial Day-ish if we go anywhere, or the 1st of June. But this would be like our normal 3-week grocery shopping trip. And I will be really honest about it. I did buy 3 bags of chips because they were on sale. And so all I bought were these produce items and 3 bags of chips. And I spent $79.16. So that's what we're going to do for our groceries for this month. I do have a fully stocked pantry and freezers with single ingredient items. We are a allergy family, so everything that we buy is normally mostly organic and single ingredient items. And we have full freezers because we buy our meat once a year. So just our produce items, which none of this will go to waste. We will eat all of it, and some leftover things that we have in the fridge for the next 3 weeks. And then we will be doing more shopping trips after that. So I'm going to scroll back and answer questions now. Over the years, I've learned, depending on our family size at the time, how much I need to buy to be able to stay out of the stores as much as possible, because I am one that cannot go into a store and spend less than $50. So that is just something I have learned how to do. For a while, I tried to do once a month, and that was a little bit too hard for me to keep the amount of produce in the house that I like to keep, to have all the options available. But this 3-week grocery shopping cycle cycle is what is perfect for us. What do I wash my vegetables in? I use, is it still sitting out? For most items, I use distilled white vinegar. I know this might be backwards on for you, but it makes me better. It makes me feel better to show you. Distilled white vinegar at 5% acidity. And a lot of times it'll have produce on it, no matter what brand it is. A lot of times it will show produce on it to help you know that that's the produce one. If you're in UK or Australia, it's 4.5%. You do not want the cleaning vinegar. That's 7 to 8%. That is for your laundry or your showers and bathrooms and that kind of stuff, not for food that you're going to eat. So 5% distilled vinegar is what I wash it in. Do you use just water or wash them in vinegar? So the distilled vinegar, a quarter cup to a large bowl. My bowl's dirty, but I'll show it to you. So I have a great big bowl. It holds the produce items and at least 10 cups of water. And then for most of the items, it's 2 minutes, and make sure that you set your timer. So some of the items have specific different things, and a couple of them I wash with salt water and not with vinegar water. We have tons of videos on doing the washing procedure, and we have a best-selling book on Amazon called I Bought It Now What, which is the top 25 produce items that I have been getting asked questions about the last 9 months, and we are just getting ready to come out with book number 2, and that's what we were taking pictures for today. So that will be the next 25 items for like summer items. Somebody asked, how do I keep avocados good for 3 weeks? Let me grab the other one. This is my old one. This is the secret. So I wash them and I put them in my crisper drawer together, and they are produce buddies and they keep each other fresher longer. The lemons will normally last around 6 weeks. I do wash them both with the vinegar water to kill off any mold spores before I put them in the fridge, but put them in your crisper drawer, keep them together, and they are buddies. Recommendations for abundance of parsley. Just sprout it everywhere in my garden. Oh, let me grab. So parsley and cilantro I keep like this. This is actually 3 weeks old from the last grocery shopping cycle. Every week or so I just trim off the ends here so it opens up the vascular system on the plant, and add filtered water. It's super important to have filtered water and not tap water, as the chlorine and the chemicals in your tap water will ruin the plants, and they don't like it. So filtered water, I use my Berkey filter, but any water that you would normally drink. Normally I keep it for 6 weeks, so I buy it every other grocery shopping cycle. So, and this is leftover spinach from the last time. I just used up the spinach the other day. I took it to an event Wednesday night too. That was from March 25th. This is the April 18th one I write on the jars. And then here's a little bit of broccolini that needs to be used up. But same thing. This is over 3 weeks old too. So you can see it's been in the water. I should trim the ends, but it's totally crunchy. So it's still totally firm. So those are all old produce items that I need to use up, but I've been holding them out for pictures. So I think we're gonna actually eat that corn on the cob tonight or tomorrow. But oh, this is kind of fun. I don't know if you know this, but the silks on the corn, this is a random, the silks on the corn, each one of these silks is attached to a kernel. So if these silks don't get pollinated, then that kernel doesn't get pollinated, or it doesn't grow. Did I say that right? I think I said it right. So if you actually pay attention to the silks on there, each one of these are coming from one of the kernels. So each one of these have to get pollinated by a bee, or like cross-pollinate it with wind and stuff. And then that's how each one of these individual corn kernels grow. So just kind of a fun little fact that a plant major told me. Again, this is kind of what we're working with right now. Anyways, I'm going to get all this stuff put away and into the refrigerator. I just was super excited about spending $79.16 for all this produce and the 3 bags of chips that I bought that were on sale that will last for a while in my house. That is what I'm spending for groceries for this month. Again, we have a fully stocked pantry and freezers, so all of the other items come from the freezers and the pantry. This is just the fresh produce that we are picking up, and none of it will go bad. So have a great day, and we will be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.